Alvin Garner, born 1953, years at Pennhurst, 1963 to 1974. Anyone who meets Alvin Garner and his soft-spoken wife Eleanor will see that Alvin and his wife are very different. Both lived at Pennhurst, but when asked about living there, Alvin simply says,
Well, Alvin, can you start us out and tell me how old you were when you went to Pennhurst?
10.
You were 10.
Yep.
And how old were you when you left Pennhurst?
21, July 1973.
Okay.
While living as a teenager at Pennhurst, Alvin Garner recalled many scenes of what he called chaos. He said simply that he found himself acting as the enforcer when staff were not readily available to help.
Can you tell me any stories or anything you remember about it?
It's 3 different wards. It's K3, M3, and yeah, it was 3 wards I was on. I was in K3, I was in M2, M3, and that was only 2 wards I was on.
And what was that like?
I had a bunch of guys, fights all over the place. The attendant got locked herself in the office. We had to separate them, and we had to go to her ward to help their staff out. They had to fight with the other girls, and it was a mess up there. So it was helping out with their attendant. What took me up there to help out to break up a fight, and then I was the enforcer. So that's only one way I can look at it.
Alvin talks of fights that had to be broken up and animals getting loose from the barn in the middle of the night. Through it all, Alvin stepped up to help bring some order back to the scene.
We had the wards. We had the wards for the attendants, and she had locked herself in the office because the guys were getting out of hand, and I had to break it up, trying to figure this all out. And the security guards, they couldn't have no weapons up there. They had to keep the peace that they had to do, and and all of a sudden, everything was just on haywire right now. So anything that happens, it just goes to our ward, and that's what we have to do by. So one ward was on fire. The animals were out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Someone left the animals out, so we had to go get the horses in and whatever. It's like a farm, but everything was out in hand. And then they knocked they blocked the train somehow off the track, and half of them went in the river, and the boxcars were floating. I went, oh great, now we got to get this out of here, and it was a mess.
With his wife Eleanor out of earshot, Alvin shares how they met and later married. Despite their differences in personalities, Alvin and Eleanor are clearly still in love.
So, how did you meet Eleanor?
Her mom. She took me over her place in the summertime. She had a store down in Wildwood, New Jersey. She had her house. So that's how I met her. She was Italian too, but like I said, I'm going to speak Italian, so I was figured this ain't going to be good. I went to it's going to be. I went, oh God, please. So I said, nah. She said, will you cut my grass for me? I said, sure. So I did, and she said, here's $5 of it. I did it for nothing. I did you a favor. No, it didn't work as I planned it. So she handed the money to her to give to me in my pocket, and I got home. I took it out of my pocket. Then I tell you, give this back to your mom. She told me to give it to you. I couldn't argue with both of them. That's where I stand. So her mom called me in the kitchen one day and asked me, should I marry your daughter? And I said, no. When I turned around, after I said that, I said, no. And then I turned around and said, yes. And I went, what the hell did I say that for? Now I'm in more trouble I am now with both of them. So I said, this ain't going to be good.
Eleanor and Alvin Garner.